Yesterday we stopped reading this. The monk attains mental unification, the basis for 6 direct knowledge, culminating in arahantship. I will continue reading. The Nikayas sometimes compare the process of training the mind to the taming of a wild animal. Just as an animal trainer has to use various techniques to bring the animal under control, the meditator has to draw upon various methods to subdue the mind. It is not enough to be acquainted with one meditation technique. One must be skilled in a number of methods intended as antidotes to specific mental obstructions. In text chapter 8.5, the Buddha explains 5 ancillary techniques, here called signs, nimitta, that a monk might deploy to eliminate unwholesome thoughts connected with lust, hatred, and delusion. One who succeeds in overcoming distracting thoughts by the use of these techniques is called a master of the courses of thought. So any of you have like pets here? Dogs or cats? No, none of you? So you can't relate. If you have, then you have to train your dog to pee or do number 2, do number 2 or do number 1 in the correct place. My sister had a dog, but it was a mess. It was very untrained, so he anyhow pee. I recall there's one time I just woke up and then I got out of my room and then I stepped into some kind of liquid. I took a look. It's a yellow liquid and it's a pee. I told my sister, your dog anyhow pee. Instead of apologizing, she just laughed at me. So this is, if you have a pet, you have to train it so that it doesn't anyhow pee anywhere. So just like meditation, we can use various techniques to counter, eliminate unwholesome thoughts connected with lust, hatred, and delusion. Sister Chaikon, would you like to continue?
The suttas teach various techniques of meditation aimed at inducing concentration. One popular formula pits specific meditation subjects against the unwholesome mental states they are intended to rectify. Thus, the meditation on the unattractiveness nature of the body, see text chapter 8, section 8, is the remedy for sensual lust. Loving kindness is the remedy for ill will. Mindfulness of breathing is the remedy for restlessness. And the perception of impermanence is the remedy for the conceit, I am. The perception of impermanence is a subject of insight meditation. The other 3 subjects of serenity meditation, loving kindness is the first of the 4 divine abodes, Brahma Vihara, or immeasurable states, Apamanya, briefly discussed in chapter 5. Boundless loving kindness, compassion, altruistic joy, and equanimity. These are respectively the antidotes to ill will, harmfulness, discontent, and partiality. Since we already introduced the standard canonical passage on the divine abodes in connection with meditation as a basis for merit. See Text Chapter 5, 5.2. To shed a different spotlight on this practice, I have included here as text Chapter 8, Section 6, the famous simile of the saw, a passage that shows loving kindness in action. Thank you.
Thanks, Sister Chaikwan. Here, different techniques are introduced to counter different kind of unwholesome mental states. Here is the specific meditation subjects against the unwholesome mental states they are intended to rectify, to counter. For example, meditation on the unattractive nature of the body is the remedy for sensual lust. If you have a lot of anger, if you have a lot of ill will, loving kindness is the remedy. If you have a lot of restlessness, you can focus on mindfulness of breathing. And if you have a lot of conceit, you can use the perception of impermanence. Footnotes number 2, let's take a look. Okay. It's a reference to other suttas. See, for example, Anguttara Nikaya 9.3, Uddaka Nikaya 4.1. The perception of impermanence used is a subject of insight meditation. Okay. And the other 3 subjects of serenity meditation. And so on and so forth. So each technique, each meditation subject can counter a specific unwholesome state. That's the point of this paragraph. Sister Akim, would you like to continue?
Through the centuries, the most popular meditation subjects among lay Buddhists have probably been the Six Recollections, Sati, of the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, morality, generosity, and the Devas. Text 8.7 is an important canonical source for these meditations. Their themes are especially close to the hearts and everyday experiences of people living household lives in a culture imbued with Buddhist values. The meditation practices in turn enrich and uplift their lives, bringing them into closer spiritual contact with the ideals of religious faith. The first 3 are primarily devotional recollections that build upon confidence in the 3 jewels. But while they begin with faith, they temporarily cleanse the mind of defilements and conduce to sustained concentration. The meditation on moral discipline developed from one's observance of the precept, a practice aimed at self-benefit. The recollection of generosity builds upon one's practice of giving, an altruistic practice. The recollection of the Devas is a contemplation of the fruits of one's faith, morality, generosity, and wisdom as they mature in future lives.
Thanks, Sister Akim. Here, another popular meditation subjects among us lay Buddhists, the 6 recollections. What are the 6? Of the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, the first 3. And the next 3, morality, generosity, and the Devas. Okay, Sister Billy, would you like to continue?
The discourse generally considered to offer the most comprehensive instructions on meditation practice is the Satipatthana Sutta. Two versions of this sutta exist, a longer version in the Digha Nikaya, a middle-length version in the Majjhima Nikaya. The former differs from the latter only by its extended analysis of the Four Noble Truths, which may have originally been an early commentary incorporated into the discourse. The middle-length version is included here as text 8.8. An entire chapter in the Samyutta Nikaya, the Satipatthana Samyutta, is also devoted to the system of meditation.
Thanks, Sister
Thank you.
So this paragraph, okay, let's first read footnote number 3. A translation of the sutta, the Satipatthana Sutta, together with its commentary and substantial excerpts from the sub-commentary can be found in Somathera, The Way of Mindfulness. Two excellent modern expositions, which also include translations of the sutta, are Nyanaponika, The Heart of Buddhist Meditation, and Analayo, Satipatthana, The Direct Path to Realization. This is, if you're really into this, the study of this sutta, these are the reference books. So this paragraph is all about Satipatthana Sutta, which we will read later on. Wait. Okay, Sister Swami, would you like to read? Okay. Yeah, me too.
The Satipatthana Sutta does not recommend a single meditation subject, nor even a single method of meditation. Its purpose, rather, is to explain how to establish the mode of contemplation needed to arrive at realization of nirvana. The appropriate frame of mind to be established, as implied by the title of the sutta, is called an establishment of mindfulness. The word Satipatthana should probably be understood as a compound of sati, mindfulness, and upathana, establishment. Hence, establishment of mindfulness would be the rendering that best captures the original meaning. According to the standard formula that accompanies each exercise, a satipatthana is a mode of dwelling, viharati. This mode of dwelling involves observation of objects in the proper frame of mind. The frame of mind consists of three positive qualities: energy, athatpa, order, mindfulness, sati, and clear comprehension, sampajana. The word sati originally meant memory, but in the present context, it signifies recollection of the present, a sustained awareness of what is happening to us and within us on each occasion of experience. Mindfulness, in its initial stages, is concerned with keeping the contemplative mind continually on its object.
Okay.
Which means keeping the object continually present to the mind. Mindfulness prevents the mind from slipping away, from drifting off under the sway of random thoughts into mental proliferation and forgetfulness. Mindfulness is often said to occur in close conjunction with clear comprehension, a clear knowledge and understanding of what one is experiencing.
Thanks, Sister Shomi. Okay, this paragraph introduces the Satipatthana Sutta at a deeper level. Firstly, explaining the word Satipatthana. It's a compound of Sati, mindfulness, and Upatana, establishment. Hence, establishment of mindfulness. Then here, explaining the word Sati, originally meant memory. In this context, it signifies recollection of the present, sustained awareness of what is happening to us and within us on each occasion of experience. And then mindfulness is concerned with keeping the mind continually on the object, keeping the object continually present to the mind. When we have mindfulness, this is important, it prevents the mind from slipping away, from drifting off under the sway of random thoughts into mental proliferation, forgetfulness. And then there's also another part of it, clear comprehension, a clear knowledge and understanding of what one is experiencing. So, close brothers of mindfulness. Usually you will always hear the two of them together. Mindfulness, clear comprehension. I'll continue reading. The opening formula of the sutta says that one engages in this practice after having subdued longing and dejection in regard to the world. Vinaya loke abhijja domana sang. The expression having subdued need not be taken to imply that one must first overcome longing and dejection, which, according to the commentary, signify greed and aversion, thus represent the 5 hindrances, before one can start to practice Satipatthana. The expression might be understood to mean that the practice is itself the means of overcoming longing and dejection. Thus, while subduing the obstructive influences of greed and aversion, the meditator arouses the positive qualities of energy, mindfulness, and clear comprehension. And contemplates the 4 objective domains, the body, feelings, states of mind, and phenomena. It is these 4 objective domains that differentiate mindful observation into 4 establishments of mindfulness. Okay, so this is the important part of this paragraph. We arouse positive qualities of energy, mindfulness, and clear comprehension. And contemplates the 4 objective domains. What are these 4? Body, feelings, state of mind, and phenomena. We have read this extensively in the previous book, The Noble Eightfold Path. In this book, we are going to revisit again. Sister Chaikon, would you like to continue?
The 4 object domains divide the expository portion of the Satipatthana Sutta into 4 major sections. 3 of these sections, the first and the fourth, have several subdivisions. When the divisions are added up, we obtain altogether 21 meditation subjects. Several of these can be used as means to develop serenity, samatha. But the Satipatthana system as a whole seems especially designed for the development of insight. The main sections with their division are as follows.
Yeah,
1.
you can read the first one.
Yeah. Contemplation of the body, kaya nupassana. This comprises 14 subjects of meditation: mindfulness of breathing, contemplation of the 4 postures, clear comprehension of activities, attention to the unattractiveness nature of the body, viewed by way of its organs and tissues, attention to the elements, and 9 charnel ground contemplations, contemplation based on corpse in different stages of decomposition. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Sister Chai Kwan. Here we are exploring the 4 objective domains in a greater detail. The first one, contemplation of the body, has a lot, has a 14 in total. What are those? Mindfulness of breathing, contemplation of the 4 postures, clear comprehension of activities, attention to the unattractive nature of the body, by breaking it down to the components. We will take a look again when we read. Attention to the elements, and 9 channel ground contemplations, then contemplations based on corpses in different stages of decomposition. Okay, let's finish this for today. Sister Aikim, would you like to continue?
Okay. 2. Contemplation of feelings. Vedana nupassana. Feeling is differentiated into 3 primary types: pleasant, painful, and neither painful nor pleasant, which are each other distinguished into carnal and spiritual feelings. However, because these are all merely different types of feelings, the contemplation of feeling is considered one subject. 3. Contemplation of mind. Chittanupassana. This is one subject of contemplation, the mind, differentiated into 8 parts of contrasting states of mind. 4. Contemplation of phenomena. Dhammanupassana. The word Dhamma here probably signifies phenomena, which are classified into 5 categories governed by the Buddha's teaching, the Dhamma. Thus, Dhammanupassana has a dual meaning. Dhammas, phenomena, contemplated by the way of the Dhamma, the teaching. The 5 categories are the 5 hindrances, the 5 aggregates, the 6 internal and external sense bases, the 7 factors of enlightenment, and the 4 noble truths.
Okay, thanks, Sister Aikim. With that, we have read a brief overview of the 4 objective domains of Satipatthana Sutta. Contemplation of the body, contemplation of the feeling, contemplation of mind, and the last one, contemplation of phenomena. Okay, I will stop here. Any questions or comments on the ones we have read, especially? If not, would Brother Hoji like to do the dedication?
回向，烟消三障诸烦恼，愿得智慧真明了，普愿具障即消除，世事当行菩萨道。
谢谢 Brother Hoji. Till we meet again, may we be guided by the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Have a contemplative Tuesday ahead. Thanks everyone. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.